Welcome to my channel. In this video you will show global version original, brand new top best-selling smart laser engraver printer product on AliExpress, with discount price right now. You can get a diode laser engraver on eBay for around $100 United States dollars. That sounds like a deal, but it'll probably use some arcane proprietary software, won't be terribly accurate, and the laser itself will almost certainly be fully exposed. Of course, there's no shortage of DE builds which improve upon this situation greatly, but unfortunately the documentation and instructions to replicate them yourself often leave a lot to be desired. Get a safe and accurate laser platform into the hands of hackers everywhere. We need more well-documented open-source designs that are actually built with community in mind. Projects like the Engraver from Adam Hale. This isn't a one-off design with documentation thrown together after the fact. It's a fully open hardware engraver with a concise assembly guide that's built from 3D printed parts and readily available components. You're free to source and print the parts yourself or eventually purchase everything as a kit. The microwave-sized Engraver is built from standard 2020 aluminum extrusion and offers a workable area of 130 mm x 130 mm. There's a hatch on the front of the enclosure for objects that are small enough to fit inside the machine, but the open bottom and handles on the top also allow the user to place the Engraver directly onto the work surface. Adam says this feature can be especially useful if you're looking to burn a design into a tabletop or other large object. Outside of the aluminum extrusion and miscellaneous hardware that make up the frame, most of the other parts are 3D printed. Released under the CERN Open Hardware License v1.2 and distributed as both STL and STEP files, the printable parts for the Engraver are ripe for modification, should you be so inclined. The same goes for the DXF files for the enclosure panels, which will need to be cut out of orange acrylic with a CNC or, ironically, a laser dot movement is provided by two NEMA 17 steppers and a GT2 belt arrangement. And Adam has even put together a custom control board he calls the Platypus, using TMC 2100 drivers, though you could always swap that out for a basic ramps board. If you're going down the D route, you can use any PWM-controlled diode laser with the common 16x 40mm M3 bolt pattern, imaging through your parts bins, or even by salvaging from something else. If you've got an outdated 3D printer collecting dust, you could pull a good deal of the hardware required from there. We had a chance to see the Engraver in action at the recent 2019 East Coast Reprap Festival, and definitely came away impressed. It's a solid machine and the results on display all looked incredibly crisp. Our favorite feature, which appears to be optional, was the small camera mounted at the top of the enclosure that allowed the user to superimpose the image to be burned over the view of the workpiece to check alignment before burning. Some will likely argue that the all-up cost of the Engraver is still a bit too high for wide adoption, especially considering you can get a K44 around the same price. But if you'd rather stick with a diode laser and don't feel like taking your chances with the questionable hardware currently on the market, we think this is a project to keep an eye on. Disclaimer: these choices may be out of date. All of these products may not be in stores. We don't know when if this will be back in stock. You need to go to Top 5 All Best Laser Engraver Printer 2023 review link to see the most recent updates to the list. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe this channel.